Hello again. Happy Monday. Song there somewhere, isn't there? Oh, it's the name of a band. It's class 4, which is Introduction to Pastels. If you've ever tried pastel, if you've not tried it, have a try. The lovely colours. You can only paint. I've got some new ones actually. I thought I'd give a different make a try today. So I'm using some Pastel. It says on the 48 soft pastels, but they're all square, so they're not soft. But they're all quite hard. But I'll see what the colours are like, because they look quite good. As well as those, I'm using my Inscribe as well, which are very similar. Just changing a few pigments, because they're quite dull of pure pigments, so I want some brighter colours. And then I've also got my Unison, can never remember the name of it. The dark ones, which is putting on the dark tone of values first. Okay, and so with pastel, you go from dark to light. It's like painting in oils really. You go darker, lighter, 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 till you put pure white on. So same principle really. Or you can work mid-tone outwards, which is what we're going to do. Sun keeps going out and then it goes in. It's just poured down, so I don't think we're going for a walk today. Alright, it's a lovely picture of a crashing wave in Devon, North Devon I think. It's a bit rugged up there, where we used to go to Shoreland Farm, which is right on the annex really. But beautiful picture, lots of colour in it actually. I'm surprised to see it's quite dark green and some yellowy green, and then they're changing into lovely different shades of blue. I've also got alizarenes in the foreground and bird sienna slightly. Quite a lot of dark in the background. The sky is quite dark as well. So I think the best way is to just reduce it into colours first, and then I want to keep some of the transparency of my gesso paper. So if you're not using gesso paper, you're just using ordinary horn greys or sugar paper or whatever, it's a colour on it, you can put some pastel colour over the top, and then we're going to fix it with some extra hold firm hairspray bought from where was it bought from? Boots, and that's been lasting me quite a while. Just have a little go out too. So we've plenty of time to do this, no rush today. Get some nice colours on, see what happens. Undertone, spray it, then work from the background, the darks, forward. As you can see, if you start with lots of these kind of warmer tones, so I've got cadmium yellow, and then you've got this lovely kind of green area around here. Yeah? So unlike watercolours, I'm not trying to leave the white of your paper. I'm just going to put this lovely cool green tone in first to give me that kind of shape. If you want to put the shape in while you're at it like that, that's quite alright, yeah. Anything that saves your these units are really dark, and you can actually use water to blend them. So we've got some purples as well. We've got some purples here, so we can put that in. You can just see it in the picture, yeah. But I'm just going to cover everything because we don't want to leave the white of your paper, do we? That turns into blues, yeah. In this area, it's quite high up in the sky, and we're also going quite dark and alizarin in this area. We can cover the sky up and paint it later. You can paint the shape of it actually. So the background hills, if you like, and then we can paint over that, so it doesn't really matter. You've also got some kind of alizarin colours in there. You can just see them in the cliffs in the background and whatever. You know, every colour that you see on your printout should be able to replicate the same tone of value So I'm just kind of sketching as I go along here, because that is a lovely game. We're about a third of the way up, so you want to get 1, 2, where the rocks are just there. So you get these different stages of rocks, okay? And lovely colours, so we'll have some warm colour in our foreground, which is a bit of burnt sienna, and a bit of orange if you want. Don't be frightened of using colour. Whatever you put your white over later, you're going to pick it up. So you can put it in. I'm going to blend this now. You can blend with a tissue, you can blend with your finger. I'm going to blend it with a bit of a kitchen roll. Okay, I don't think I've anything to tell you today apart from it's Monday. and we're still nearly up to Christmas. So yeah, I love the colours, and just get your tissue and do that. Now if you start with the yellow first, because if you start with your darker colours and you're just going to mix that dark into your yellow, and it becomes mucky and brown. And turn your tissue around, yeah, so you get these nice darks. When you get down here, you can add a bit more, like that. Go into the blues, later things the blues, like that. And then background colour, nice and dark. Like I said, we're going to use the, just kind of the shape of the wave, isn't it? Just drag that down, because that's going to be some of the rocks. They've got some nice warm colour. Turn your tissue around so you don't keep transferring the old pigment to the new area, you know. And then we'll have this warmth so the water hits the foreground area. And that brings the picture forward, like that. The only other thing I kind of add here is this lovely kind of blues, which are quite dark, aren't they? So you can put them in while you're actually painting. Try and paint with the side of the pastel. Use the back of it. You know, you can actually see the water there as well. So we've got this lovely shape. Blend it. Rub your finger. Things like that. And then we'll sketch. I'm going to sketch the landscape behind it. We can leave most of this as it is. We're going to fix that so it go a little bit darker. Alright. So where you see these lovely blues, I'm just going to drag that in a bit. Kind of undulating sea, and then a few more pinks, purples, blue and lovely purple colours. The white's going to pick up these lovely dark shapes, and then we've got some kind of dark shape there. This is what I mean by just working from dark to light, yeah? So you've got these lovely shapes already there, and then we bring it out from the picture, okay? Just going to sketch into it, then fix it actually. So we've got this lovely area where the hills and the background cliffs come into it, and then it goes away like that over that area. So this is nice sky. We're going to go over that anyway with some white, so don't worry about that. You want to just get rid of that line a little bit, because you're going splatter splatter. We can add a bit of purple in there. You've got some nice, a bit dark purple actually. You got some, this dark blue, that's quite nice. Into the landscape behind, and then I'm going to fix the whole thing, just to give you this depth. Okay, so you've got a kind of abstract version of what you're actually looking at. All right, simple as that. Spray, fix it. It's quite good, this herb spray actually. However, you also need a damp cloth just to keep your hands clean, and it collects the dust. You get a load of dust there, and don't blow it about the room, or else you'll end up coughing too much. Gets on your lungs, on your chest. Yeah, there's a lot of good dead pastels, or dead good pastels. So it's one thing about pastel, dust. Breathing it in. Alright, so I'm just going to spray that to hold the underpainting. I will probably spray it twice, this one. So I'll spray it now, and then I'm going to spray it later. It also makes it slightly darker. Right. So we go halfway through and start to build up those colours in the background. Drink of water. If you want to speed it up, get your hairdryer, just speed it up a little bit. You don't have to, but quite a bit there. Right. So looking at the landscape, just a little sketch where we do the 1, 2, so the third, so we can just see this kind of rock, jagged rock coming out into the water. And then the next one, it's quite dark there, we've got that dark. And then this one, it's coming out a little bit further to about here. It does disappear, so. And then in the background we've got quite a lot of jagged areas. It's quite dark actually. I'm just blocking that in as well. And so that will bring out the shape of this wave, won't it? You know? The negative space behind the wave. That's that. We've got some green tonal value, which is kind of a natural. I think this is a bit too. Oh, it's not so bad. That green on the hill there. I know you can start seeing houses. There's a farm up there as well. So we just have the green area, and then we've got some nice warm kind of colours at the back of that. Sienna greens and whatever. Not too warm actually. Bit of sienna. Bit of it's like on the grey side, isn't it? Either? Just on the top of the hill. That's going to the cliff edge. I'm just blocking in areas. Don't know what this is. It's like 2 lines there. Okay, and then above that we've got the purple. We get these really nice purple tones. Excuse me. I've got 2 different tones, so this is a bit darker. Like that. And then we're going a little bit lighter around there. Like that. So you're getting the change behind each other, and then we're getting that. See? So that's where the grey, that's the purple shape is against the background. I'm just going to do a bit over here because we've got some nice blue kind of cool reflections on the hill there. If you want to blend it in just to give you that shade, because it's supposed to be grass, I just had a bit of green here as well, which is quite dark. There is a guy called who I have spoken about before. He's dead now actually, but David Blackburn. He came from Yorkshire. Did some lovely abstract kind of landscapes. He used to take the colours of the season and then make up these beautiful abstract landscapes using blocks of tone, also using bits of paper, scumbling, overlaying, which is what we're doing here actually, because you can still see the colour underneath and that gives it texture. Okay, so don't think about too much of doing too much detail at the moment. We shouldn't actually be doing that. Okay, this green is more akin to the green on the hill. Can you see? It's like cooler, a warm, but not too light. Okay, use that. So usually you can pick out what you're looking at in the image. Okay, but this purple shape is quite nice, and if you put them in these rocks and they're actually catching the water is going to spray here, and then we get these rocks like here as well. So we're going to use the white or hard white pastel, which is not as strong as the soft. Soft pastels, more pigment, less binder. Hard pastels, more binder, less pigment. That's what you pay for. Okay, although these weren't that expensive, so that's why I'm giving them a try. I have got Sonella here as well. Well, I've not got most of it. Okay, I'm going to block in the sky. So we have a look at that sky area. Is it that pastel? Yeah. You can actually put it at the side. Look at the tonal value of it. to see if it's a similar colour to what you're looking at, or is it this pastel? Okay, not too bad actually, it's a bit darker, yeah. I'll use that and I'm going to block it in right down to the hill, top of the hill. And I'm going to blend it. Because I want the sky to be a flat shape, I'm going to blend it so I don't get any of that underpainting. Alright, and then I add white to lighten it. So we put that lovely blue on. I don't know what sort it is, because you get different shades of blue, tones of blue, you know, ultramarine, cobalt. So really, if you go to the shop and get some pastels, and you can pick whichever hue you want, which is wonderful. I used to be shopping in Wigan where you went and my mate Mix, Nipples, where you used to go and pick up your whatever pastel you want. So over this I'm going to add a little bit of light blue, you can see. We're going to come down to the hill, to that hill. It's got a nice light area. It's quite light over here. So you can alter the sky, keep it dark at the top, but lighten it at the bottom where it gets to the hill. That gives you the depth as well. Across here, texture of my paper is coming out as well. Don't worry about your wave because you're going to go over it. So that's the sky over there. I could have fixed that first. I might have been better doing that, so I don't take off. Anyway, I'll have a see. So I just blend that with my finger, so I don't get these textures, because I want a big flat expanse of sky, but I also want it to be slightly dark at the top and lighter behind the hills, yeah? So I get that very similar kind of colour to what we're looking at on the picture, yeah? You don't have to do the same colours on the picture, it's entirely up to you. That's what you do when you start to become your own artist. You just use the picture for the reference and then make up your own colours. Okay. So that's nice and flat. We'll just have a little bit more light tone here where it's hitting the back of that hill. Just go down to the hill, or the cliff, and blend it. When I fix that, it's going to go darker again. You have got a nice edge to that. You don't want to leave a line, just let it blend into the rest of the sky, you can see. If you think it's too soft and you want to get some hard edges, pick up your dark pastel again, just put that shade back in front of it. See? Just give that shadow. And same over here. Beautiful. It's all about the water, so I'll work around this first. I'm going to get some, just checking these blues that we've got here. Just adding different blues. It goes slightly darker in there. Yeah. So these of the light areas. Which come into this shape. I'm just get a bit of ultramarine or whatever dark colour, because you can see these shapes of the curls of the water, you know, with the crashing waves happening. So I'm just putting these in, a little bit of blue there. Changes tone, changes colour, it goes lighter blue, and it goes blue on top. Okay, and it goes into that. Beautiful. Here we've got water in the background. You can use a bit of greeny blue if you like, just for some turquoise. Again, we can paint around the shape of your wave, because you're getting a curve there and then it disappears into all that splashing. So we can't splash today because we've no bush to splash with. And that's just the sea behind, and then we go over that because it's dark. We go over that with a bit of sky colour just to give a reflection in the water. See? You can have it a little bit lighter in the distance. Simple negative shapes. Okay. I can't see much on the land, so we're just looking at warmer colours, slightly going a little more lighter. It's here where you're seeing these the shape of that hill. Whatever's on the hill there, so it's like I don't know what that is. It's like a house up there, and then we're going over the side a little bit. Just tactile stuff, don't press on too hard. Just keep it nice and soft, painting the shape. Right. Keep working your way down the picture. I always found the best way to do it, actually. Looking at some lighter kind of tones within here. So as you're coming down here, we've got these purples, which are kind of the wet rocks catching the light. Yeah, you can soften them, don't blend them too much because you want that texture. You want the rough, jagged texture. So you don't want to blend them too much, do you? No, and that's going up into that hill at the back. What you want to do is keep standing back so you can see the shapes. You want to come down here a bit like that. I'm drawing it in the wrong place. See what pastels are for? Painting over things. And then you get the jagged rock here, which is this one. Like that. That changes into a lovely kind of blue tone here. Put that in, side of your pastel. Mix it with the purple. Nice, use a little bit lighter here. That's it. Nice and soft. You can be quite aggressive with the wave later, so don't worry about it being too soft. Paint around that rock in this one. We've got to shape that, and then we've got this dark shape, so it's going a little bit more on the kind of purple side, so a bit purple here, if there's such a word, like that. And then we're going white, and we've also got some warmth in there. So you've got this kind of warm areas, kind of like that, I can see, where the rocks are catching the light, just like that. And then this comes down, and I get a dark bit there, which is a bit of blue. Yeah. Just put your finger on the spot so you don't lose it, you can see. And paint what you see, don't paint too much. If you start blending, you will cover up the shapes underneath, which you don't want to do, because you want that jaggedness, okay. The rugged rocks, the rugged rocks, forgot where it goes. Somebody will tell me later. Rugged rascal down. So that's that lovely dark shape. We've got some nice water there. This comes into here. So that's purple as well, which I've got purple. This is a little bit of light, warm colour. Get my lightest blue again, coming up to, so I want just to put in where the water is there. And then that disappears around the back of that area. So we put white over that to bring out. If you look at this here, we've got a dark shape. It's light, dark, and light. Okay, so I'm putting a bit of light here, and then I'm going to go dark in the middle. It's quite dark there. Different blue, nice tones, nice and dark. This comes up to the water here, and then we can go a bit lighter, and then we're going into the purple tones, which are these again, okay. You can see some on that rock, and then we've also got light areas on the rock. Keep it misty, keep standing back. Yeah, and keep the colours clean. We can soften things like this later, but I don't want to actually get rid of this yellowy green, yeah. So if I started blending that, I would lose it, okay. So I'm looking around the picture now. We'll have a bit more warmth here in that rock. The top of it jagged, yeah, like that. And then we've got these shapes, yeah, quite dark as you get to the water. So you've got a straight line, water's always level, but it's going up the beach. There's a beach there, and then it's coming back down. All right, and then a nice purple colours, quite light. So I've got my light purple there, and leave some of the underpainting. Look at the rocks now. And I got my hard white pastel. So you get your hard white, which is, you can buy boxes of this stuff. Yeah, if you buy some, you'll get it in the box. So I'm just going to go over these tones I've just put in. And because I've got blue there, it's just picking up colour underneath. So it's not white, it's blue, okay? And then here we've got this lovely kind of shape going into the wave area. And that's the shape behind the wave, can you see there? So you're looking at this. We do that shape and then we go darker over the top. It's a combination of two things. It's the soft, the light, and then the dark. So this is going that way, and then here we're coming down a little bit up to the rock again. The rock's nice and rugged there. That's quite dark. And then here, yeah, you've got this lovely light coming down from the beach into this area. So there you can see the light catching. Okay. So this bit, I'm just going to put in some of this spray, beautiful. And then we've got lovely jagged edges here. So if I look at this thing, we come into there and then we go that way, alright, so like that. Again, don't cover up your underpainting. You get these little light areas. This is the hard pastel, so I'm just putting this in first. I've got a little bit here. You see where they're getting these splashes? Don't do everything. I've got some blue there as well, and that's going up the side. So about there and here. There. Add a bit more yellow, warm it up. Lovely green. So if you put the yellow in again, add blue to it. Got this lovely misty. Oh, it's lighter blue than that actually. It's all driving up the side into this lovely wave. Alright. Again, looking at the dark bits, so I've got a nice strong dark green here, which I'm going to use. I've already done a bit of it. I'm going to use it to put that shape in. So as that comes down here, it changes from green to blue as well, actually. And then here we're going a little bit darker. You can see? And then there we've got a little bit of kind of turquoisey colour. I have got a turquoise. Try and see the individual colours. And if you've got the colour, put it in. You don't have to mix everything. Just about here, I've got kind of mistiness again, which is the spray. That's a bit of white over the top, yeah. Lovely. Just going to pick out some of these rocks. They're wet and they've got the light shining on the edges like that. Oh, they're roughness. We'll use some lovely soft pastel later, and then get some of this rock there, got a nice jagged edge. Okay, there's a bit of purple here as well in the background. Beautiful colours. Purple on that mountain in the distance. Lovely seagull there, couldn't have planted it any better. I'm going to add all the colours now in the foreground. We've still got our purple, got that, we've got some more here, we've got this kind of, where you get in, this bit, so they got that bit, and it's kind of it's coming down from there, it's going this direction, and then it's going into the darker, into the blues, later things the blues, and then we're going lighter afterwards. This is quite dark. You can blend a bit of that just to get that softness, okay, just get the shape of the wave crashing. That's all you need at the moment. Keep building up. You can soften this a bit if you don't want to have a lot of darker tone. Just use a tissue just to soften the blue. It makes it a little bit lighter. You take a lot of it off. See, so you want that change in tone from this blue, and don't cover up all that yellow. You want the yellow. Beautiful. You've got a nice shade there, so this is very interesting, very interesting. So in the purple shadows, never put my purple. Yeah. When we start looking at this area, we're coming in from just about here with this lovely line that comes across. Again, that's quite dark as well. Got a bit more blue in here, side of your pastel, to give you the straight lines as well, because it creates the water. Alright. So here we're going into background tone. Alright. Just put the little lines of blue first, and then it's going to go lighter, so we're going to add white to that. As you get here, again, you need some darker blue. You can see this lovely dark area where the green, the water, leave gaps, because water creates that lovely shape between, so the foam. Right, you've got this, I got that. Again, keep painting with the side. Don't use anything else if you can help it. This bit from here takes you to another kind of wave that goes like that. It's a simple shape. Got a few dark areas there as well, you see. This is still a bit dark. You can use a tissue or your finger just to block that in to get that nice shape. Do the same here. Stand back, have a drink. It's not gin this, by the way. Now we start building up the whites. I get to a certain stage where I've got these lovely kind of white tones. Well, again, hard white. You start looking at the tops here. This is a hard white, okay? So I'm looking at the top of the wave. Now again, this is going to pick up the colours underneath, which is what I want. Alright. Because the waves splattering, yeah, it's coming up like that, and then it's spraying everywhere. It's quite light there, isn't it? It's one of the lightest areas, so we're going to add a lot of white to that later. Keep that lovely light. If you look at it, it's there, and it comes down from here like a yellowy tone. Like that. It's coming around to there. Okay. And then that's going that way. And then here we're going into the blue. If you fix this, like I said, it's going to go darker, and then this is going to pick up the blues, yeah, to get that lovely curled edge, and then the light. What light do you on the window shines? Soften that with the side of pastel. Alright. And I'm just going to pick out, I'm taking it over the hill because we want it to cover that hill. So I'm picking out the shapes. See? Just use the side to get these lovely shapes like that. Blend it with the blue. That's what you see in here. Okay? Side with pastel. Curve, quite light in there because you get a reflected light. Goes to about there. Okay, and it goes dark again. So just a little bit more blue here. Squint. It's nature, higgledy piggledy. You need to go in there. Yeah, oops. That's the only thing that was wrong with these, the brake. In here, it's quite dark, okay? So we can put that in and then just blend it with the finger. And that comes down into this bit. Again, blend it with the finger a little bit. Bits of blue here. So where we've got this lovely changing tone from white to blue, and then you've got this light blue area there. Just coming down, and that goes into beautiful colours. Alright, glaze it. Lighter blue. So where I put this, you can see, you got that really nice shape of a light blue. Goes into that. This follows. So here we've got these little shapes in between, the kind of little triangles between the water. Okay, before you add any white. And you've got lines in there, like this. You've got this curve of coming down there, that way, that way. Just put in what you see, and then don't blend it, just keep it linear. Alright, keep it linear. Here, going darker. So there, purple. There, like that. Purple there. Then it's going purple and blue. It's going blue there as well. Again, the warm and the blue. So here we're coming all the way down. Alright, go up to that, and we go across there, and then we go into this area. And that goes that way. We'll lighten that up a bit. This is kind of spray as well. To lighten that. On the hill, we'll put a little house, should we? Yeah. Just put a dark shade like that house. I'm sure some of you will put tractor and whatever. Doesn't matter. Use your imagination. There's some sheep there as well. And I just don't know what that is. But, it's green. We're just going to lighten it up a little bit as it comes down from the cliff. Standing by. Oh yeah. Feel the power of the wind. Bit of spray. Don't go mad with it. Again, it will go darker. Alright. Don't worry about it. And that will hold it. Yeah. Keep a clean finger. That will hold it. Dry it off again if you want. You can see where it goes quite dark. Dry it off. So when you go over that with the same colour, it's a bit lighter now, see? But it's the same colour. So we go down to that again. A little bit lighter. Okay, the foreground, I'm going to put a lot of light in. I want to get these shapes, so hard white first, up, across, up, across. You can see these shapes, across here, and then we're going up, like that. Where the water is, that's where you're getting these kind of buffer areas, and that's this spray bit, which is there, which blends into all that kind of thing. Yeah. But it's going lighter there, so you want to keep that light. And as you get here, again, you want to create these little marks in between the shadows, between the dark shadows. Keep looking from a distance too, because we want it to be nice and light, not to look right from a distance, okay? This area, it's a nice light just on top of the wave. If you blend it, so that bit of green in there, or you can add a little bit more green. It's up to you. Negative spaces, that's what we do. These little negative spaces. The water and the spray. Okay, so you can see how it's gone darker. Same white again, this. It's coming in here and then across here, and that's going into these. It's kind of scumbling, you're scumbling with the side of the pastel. Okay, and that's going around there. This comes over here. And you get the top of this wave, which is quite light. See? And it's going that way. The sun's catching it. And some of it's coming down here. That's the green bit. And over here. So again, we've got that light area just there. And then it goes into the rest of the water. Alright. So the thing is with waves, there's not a lot of detail you can, well, there is a lot of detail, there's not a lot you can do with, latching onto things. You have to give this impression. But you can do the colours. So that negative space there is lovely for the water behind the wave. Just this little bit. Same here, we've got this. Some of these you don't need pure white. We just use the soft white. we can just use the hard white and leave it. See the difference? So as you're coming down there, got this little, you might put a bit there. Coming down here, you've got this shape again. So I've just sprayed that. It's gone a little bit darker. And as you get near the rocks again, yeah, the blue cast, you can pick blue it up as well and blend it with your finger like that. Just get this really nice feeling for the water breaking up. Just like that. And you can hear the noise and seagulls. Brilliant. Still a bit of light inside. So the edges of these quite light actually. That's quite a big area. Just use that. A lot of this is just left as spray, so we don't have a lot to do with it. I just adding little bits of light. All the time I'm working downwards, yeah, like this. So weights are coming forward now, but anything in that's gone a little bit darker, dark. I'm just going to be a bit more purple here because it's you've got an actual shape there where the water is cool, is in shadow, and that. And then we're getting this lovely kind of blue again, which is it? This one, coming into this area. And you can see here where it's just all the same really. Same kind of blue. That's the bit here. That goes that way, see? Then you go down here. So this is the lighter blue. Lighter blue, you're going down the back of the wave, because the wave casts a shadow onto that. And then you get into like spray things, anything. Build it up slowly. I'm going to put some lovely soft pastel here to bring out that. So here we've got we've got the shape of this again. So if you look at it, it's quite light as it comes down, dark at the top, green as well. Huey green, that bluey green. Strong darks. There's quite a few here now, you can see where the water is coming up, and you got that as well. See? Beautiful. Follow this, so this is quite dark as well because it's in shadow. And that joins into that green bit where it's crashing. Add some different blues. I'll just stick to one, and then we'll use the whites later. So this is you've got a shadow there of the water, the curling, and that goes into that lovely light area, slightly darker there actually, slightly lighter here, sorry. And then that'll blend together. Fabulous. Lovely over mantelpiece. Stand by. Yes, I'm dying to do seagull. When you do the seagull, you're nearly finished. So this one again, I'm just using a light pastel, lighter blue. Because I went over it with spray, I've got dirt marks in there. It's like that. So you get this texture in your sky. Same here. Lighter blue over the top, just blend it like that. And then we just lighten the background a bit. I say you shouldn't spray pastel at the end, but I always do, because they're being stacked together, you know. They'll just rub on each other and there'll be dust everywhere. So you can spray it later. Here, I'm just going to create some of these really strong shapes. It's like little triangle shapes where the water's coming down there. And then it's coming down. It's going to pick up. So I'm going to use soft pastel later, so that's that one, that's that one. See? This on top of the wave, and then you've got these lines. Be a bit energetic about it. Yeah? Then you got this spray, and you got this. Keep squinting, take your glasses off. Beautiful. And then this blends into blue, and then we get these little shapes coming over here. Yeah. Blend it if you like. But as soon as you go over it, I'm going to use some white in a bit. Let's put in that beautiful. So if you look at this area now, it's a lighter blue than the background. So because I've got blue there, I'm just going in with my white to bring it out a bit. And then in the middle, yeah, it's a bit darker. There. See? So that's kind of, yeah. Splashing. Keep these purple. Add some warmth. There's a little light of sienna because you've got the rock there, so that it's going to reflect the sunlight. Shape of the field. That's a field that's on top. And that field, there's some seagulls in it. Okay, I'll just use some more white and I'll start to use my soft white. Show you the difference. So we've got this water coming in. Like that. Yeah. Scumble. Scumble. It goes up there. Scumble. And here it's really light. Because I've got sienna there, I'm going to bring it forward anyway. Leave sienna showing. And sienna. I'll bring, because it churns up all that sand, doesn't it? Underneath. So again, we have the purple shapes. Going into that dark shape behind that. But the other way as well. Don't just go on with it. You've got these. If you look here, you've got these little, again, triangle shapes in between. So you want to create that curl where the wave's curling over. Okay, that's quite dark there. And then you get to here, there's not much going on in the style of darker tone. White. I just want to get these shapes in the right place. So that's that lovely shape there. Then as you come here, we've got this kind of thing. Which is that. We've got a few here as well. It's easy to get lost in. That's the other one, it's a bit high that. We can put some more warmth in that, if you like, later. Add some very thin lines where you get the spray. Add some greeny bits, some light greens. Yeah. top of the water. Right. Nice dark shape. Should be dirt, not light. A bit grainy actually, well that's what you get for buying dark ones. What you get for buying cheaper ones. Look at that. I'm going to get my white out now. Oh no, I'm not. Just want to put that in. So put another white in. Hard white. This bit, they're both hard white. So it came in the same pipe. Wait a minute. Top of that wave, crashing down. Right. Get a bit away. Lovely, strong marks. We like. You could actually splatter that area if you wanted. Beautiful spray. There. That's soft. Right, Scenario. Soft pastel. Have a look at the light bits up here. Beautiful light areas. You have to keep the paper on, otherwise it just falls to bits. So that's the reason I'm just using the tip, if you like, of it. And we can also use it here, where it's quite light. Blend it a bit. That's quite a nice negative space, that, because it just brings that wave forward, doesn't it? Yeah. Yes, Tony. And then we go dark again. Okay. With the rocks there. Nice strong dark. Light, sorry. Yeah. And here. Here, got some nice little bits of white catching, or sunlight, I should say, catching the water. And then we get to here, it's a lot of strong colour, so you're getting this strong white flecks bit. So here, nice and dark, nice and light. So we get the sunlight catching this side. See? Like butter. Butter wouldn't melt. Yeah. Just going to go over this, soften it a bit. Up here, clean finger. I can have a bit more yellow in there actually. Come on. I lost a bit of it. Put yellow in and just go over it. I think there's so many colours in a wave. And this bit, nice and light, again, blend that. Stronger white. And we get to here, over there, I just add that to the tops. Just go down there and blend that so you get the spray. There's some bits here coming down a bit like that. Get your head white. Yeah. And then here, quite a bit there. Right, the reflective lights within the wave now. So keep that nice and light. Again, you've got these shapes that, because you can see through it, you can see through the water. Like that. And it goes dark again. There. Right. Not too dark, just a bit of and a bit of white so you can see through that water back. And that was the less you do the better. My turquoise again, whatever it is. This is a lovely turquoise here. I'm going to go over with the white, or the spray. Top of this cliff. Rock. Put the lights on in the farmers. Thomas Kincaid. Always put the lights on in the cottage. Made a fortune. That bit there is actually untouched. See? It's just shit. I'll stand by. Yeah. Well, it's finished. There's little bits here you can add, which is stronger whites. See? But that's a bit. Could splatter it with white paint, you know. Doesn't matter. And that goes along the edge of that. That's it. You're nice painting it on location. Never mind. One day. Just get some green turquoise there again. Beautiful. I'll add a few more darks on this rock. Bring it forward a bit. Stronger tones. With the dark brown, that's that. Nice dark brown. Put the dark brown in, then add blue. You warm it up. Round the baggy box. Round the buggy box, the baggy rascal that. That's how it goes. Sorry. Okay, seagull's dark, so we have a wing. Right. There it goes fat. And then we get a curl. You don't have to put that in, because it's not my image this, I don't think. Somebody give it me. I'm sure they won't mind. If you do put it in, it's exactly like the picture. Because it could have been stood behind her when she took the photograph, so she wouldn't know. I'm going to tell her anyway. Yeah. Beautiful. Playing in the sky? No. Don't do too much. And like I said, we can fix it, or you can just leave it as it is. We're supposed to use tissue paper to cover them. And we've got some dark shapes here, just a bit of brown again, dark brown. Just kind of these shapes between the foam. And then you get the purple again. How's it doing? There. Fabulous. Yeah. Beautiful. You can actually see these dark shapes coming down like that. These areas in between the water. Well, I'm going to leave that actually. I think it's quite nice. Perhaps add a bit more spray up there. That's where the seagull is. Clean finger. Right, I'll leave it. Sign it, date it. Oh, not so bad. 2 o'clock, 10 past. Yeah. Don't usually use black, but if you do use black, use it at the end. So if you want anything to be really strong, dirt-wise, stand out, I just use it at the end. Give a bit more depth, yeah, but you don't have to. Just pick out the shapes. The rock, craggy rock, and there's none in the water, so it says put it in. On the top of your mountain. I don't really want it to be too dark. The hill. Look it up. Not take you long to that. Get it on. Portrait in watercolour next. Try and get a nice image. Or even bigger. I'll have a look. I might put another seagull in actually. Change it. Don't see you on their own, do you? No. Then keep the dust at the bottom on the cloth. Scrunch it up. Show me a picture. You can see it. Yeah, thank you. Happy with that. Thanks for watching. And yeah, watercolour portrait on Wednesday. Session 5. God, it's flying, isn't it? Soon be Christmas. Can't wait. There you go, thank you. And see you Wednesday. I need to press this button, don't I? Sorry. Bye.